Woof woof. DelMar Dog Life. In DelMar, I've got Roper with me again today, doing another drop-in visit, taking him to the park on his family's house. We are in DelMar. We're at Seagrove Park, right off of the beach. A bunch of surfers over here, over the waves. You can see the surf in here. Super amazing surf. One of the best places in the world to surf. Which brings me to my topic of counter surfing dogs. Counter surfing dogs. Come on, let's go, Bubby. Come on, Roper. Roper doesn't seem like a counter surfer dog right now. But what I mean by counter surfer is dogs who will leap up onto the counter and, you know, get food tall enough to reach the top of the counter. And then they're going to go get the food on the counter. You can't leave anything on the counter. You can't leave them in the house alone, because they'll go into the kitchen and start tearing things up. You have a loaf of bread, and the loaf of bread's destroyed. At the end, there's a bunch of broken things all over the place, because the dog is counter surfing. The dog is a trash digging dog. So, you know why. That's been a thing before. I don't know about this dog particularly. He's not to blame. I'm looking at you, Cuddy, a Labrador that I used to watch before, and he was responsible for most of the kitchen incidents in my home. I'm not sure what the owner did exactly while we were gone. I think he just locked him in the backyard. But the guy had a really large backyard space, so that's probably why. But having this dog is so food driven that if there was like, you know, some crumbs on the counter, that dog would sniff them out, and he'd be up there knocking everything off, knocking things around. Here's the beach. We're at the beach here. There's a dog up ahead. Roper's supposed to be a reactive dog, but man, he's been so chill. Every dog we've passed, he's just been like, hey, I'm so happy to be out here. I'm so happy to be with you. And we get to go on this walk, because, yeah, I don't know how often he gets to the beach. So I feel comfortable walking him. I've got him on 2 leads because he's a big boy, and he's been known to lunge at other dogs. Bark through the fence at the neighbor's dogs enough to have the owner mention it to me. So, but he's been super fantastic with me. We're gonna chill out here at the beach, at the surf. So many people. Still, school's just started over here, and so it was a little less crowd than normal. I think after school we're still gonna get a crowd. There's still an after-school crowd when high school kids get out. They show up here year-round. So here's some other dogs, and here's a dog over here, and he's just being a good boy. He's just being a good boy. Yeah, he's not lunging. He's been super happy. He's been a good boy, and you know, he likes being at the beach just like me. I don't know if he's a counter surfer though. I don't know if he's going to destroy the kitchen. I wasn't given specific instructions. I wasn't shown a crate or a room. I was only really supposed to give him a bit of exercise. I think the son is going to feed him, but I have food that I give him snacks on, you know, about a half cup of kibble, and, you know, lots of turkey treats and chicken treats. So he's going to be, you know, he's not going to be hungry while he's with me. So I don't know if he, you know, there wasn't actually much stuff on her kitchen, and her trash was tucked away under the counter. So I think if you're a person who you have to keep your counter, if you have a dog who gets in the garbage a lot, you definitely have to have a trash can with a lid, and be mindful of anything you leave on the counter. Like yesterday, I left some lumpia on the counter, and I was so worried that Coco was going to get it, because I wanted to just try and trust Coco alone in the house for 20 minutes while I dropped off my son at his friend's house. And, you know, actually, Coco did a good job, and he did not jump on the counter while I was gone. I think because he knew that my wife was in the house. Have a look at the beach here before we wrap this up. So yeah, you want to be mindful. You know, baby gates, wooden fences. There's a little like folding wooden fence that you can get. It's really good, and that's great for just keeping your dog out of the kitchen entirely. I mean, the gates and the fences, those aren't, you know, if you've got a big enough dog, they're not going to care. But you have to be able to train your dog to be mindful of the fence and the gate and respect the baby gate. Respect the baby gate. This dog does it. He hasn't counter-surfed. Coco counter-surfed, Putty counter-surfed. I've got a trash can with a lid on it. I have to take the garbage out nightly, also to keep the dogs out of the garbage, because they will knock that can over if they start smelling stuff in there. So I don't keep any bones in there. Empty it nightly, and have less garbage shuffling, less counter surfing, and more wags and woofs. So got a sponsor, teamlia.com, TEAMELLIA. Great tea, great life. Wonderful teas shipped to your home. Green tea, black tea, pearl tea, matcha tea, decaffeinated herbal teas shipped to your home in the U.S. High quality teas. teamlia.com. Thank you.